Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Are You Screening podcast. I am your host, RUScreening.com's own Mark Eastman, and with me, as always, is co-host extraordinaire Shane Leonard.
Hello.
And today we're going to do, first for us, in that we're just going to do a trailer reaction kind of whatever.
Response. I love new stuff.
Especially because I've wanted to do these for a long time, and I want to just help get trailers out.
Yeah.
Not that this one needs it because it's a giant thing, but mainly actually what I want to do is lesser trailers. But but this is like the big thing right now, and so I figured why not start with this.
Sure.
So this is the trailer for One Battle After Another, new Paul Thomas Anderson movie, which will be the next biggest, greatest thing that ever happened.
Right.
And it's Leonardo DiCaprio, so also it will be the next biggest greatest thing. And Benicio del Toro, Sean Penn, and tons of other people that I'm not just going to go through everyone that's in the movie. Sorry for not mentioning.
If you're not,
I'm not rolling the credits of this whole movie. Right. But the movie is something about the bad guy comes back, and now some ex-revolutionaries, I guess, have to kind of come back together and rescue one of their daughters or something like that.
All right.
So I don't have the whole
you haven't
outline right in front of me or whatever, but it's something like that, and we are just going to kind of the usual trailer reaction. Who knows if we'll even have any reaction? But
right, that would be.
But we haven't seen this,
right? No,
so
I haven't.
We're just jumping in, and we will.
This is great.
We will play along with you. So here it goes.
What I'm doing here is I'm creating a closed circuit.
Yeah, you gotta have a closed circuit.
Ooh. Very important to keep your cap shunted like this so you don't accidentally detonate your charge.
Don't stop. I want you to create a show. This is an announcement on revolution. The message is clear.
I'll be seeing you very soon.
Not if I see you first.
We're bringing justice to the vigilante group known as the French 75. We are here to award Stephen Lockjaw with the Medal of Honor.
You have to understand, Willa.
Me and Mom used to run around and do some real bad shit.
I'm gonna tell you for a trailer.
They got hurt. Now they're coming after us. Sorry.
I didn't ask for this. That's just how the cards were rolled out for me.
It's not cards. You don't roll cards. It's dice.
Dad, what is wrong with you?
You're right.
Let's go.
You can tell he wrote this.
I got a Toro.
Yeah.
You can tell it's writer and director.
I need a weapon, man. All you got is goddamn nunchucks. You know where I can get a gun?
I wanted to protect you from all your mom's stuff, from all my stuff, even though I know that's impossible.
Guess this is the end of the line.
Not for you.
I don't know. I wish this had slightly less bouncing from the speed of the cards.
Whoa, who's this?
Oh, they're just my friends.
Now, is that a he or a she or a they?
It's not that hard. They, them.
Okay, I just want to be polite.
Keep running, jumping the aqueducts, fire hydrants and hazardous smoke alarms on the back of us. But mama, don't cry for me, rap for me, try for me, live for me, breathe for me, sing for me.
Yo, say it. Say it, baby.
Love you, Bob.
This is
You know what freedom is?
Stop
No
trying.
fear.
And
Just like Tom Cruise.
It's gonna get there.
Built on the precipice of it doesn't have to try too hard because of the cast.
Yeah.
I mean, look at all the winners that are here.
Yeah, this seems like so meta Paul Thomas Anderson at this point.
Yeah.
It looks right now. The weird thing about this is, like, imagine, making a trailer for like There Will Be Blood or something.
Right.
Where in the trailer it just was all action all the
just
time,
things burning
throughout the whole trailer,
people running,
and then you watch the movie and go, wait a minute.
Right.
I feel like that's what this experience is going to be like, because clearly it's lots of action and chases and blah blah blah, but also this is like Paul Thomas Anderson trying to have lots of conversations and quips and
topical current,
and coming out in the beginning of this trailer with, I'm making this my explosive charge. Oh, also let's jump back and forth to she's climbing on top of me and everything. And, you don't want your charge to go off unexpectedly or whatever. It's like so lame.
Well,
but it just feels like there's so much conversation we're trying to stick in here that's really far more of the movie. I don't know if this trailer might be a trick.
Well, also, who's Paul Thomas Anderson's audience? It's typically that they're not Michael Bay fans, So
Sure,
when you have the audience that is a PTA audience, and then suddenly you're making they/them jokes, like who are you trying to bring in? They're already in the room, and now you're just sort of making them titter a little, like,
right?
I think it looked like it was trying real hard, but watching that made me think, not just because of Benicio, but it'd been a long time since I'd seen the trailer for Sicario. Yeah. Now that I've seen Sicario, and it's one of my favorite films of many, many years, I wonder if I'd look at that trailer and be like, man, did it look a lot like that?
Right.
Like, it's possible. I'm not a big Anderson fan. I appreciate and respect that he's done the films the way he has, but they just don't call to me all the time. Sometimes they do. But I wonder if that's a hidden Sicario. Because it's just like, Leo will do something, Benicio will be in whatever.
Right.
But it's not easy to get Sean Penn to do things. And is he playing a guy named Stephen Lockjaw? Is that what they said? Like,
this seems like a weird role for him to suddenly be in too, because and who knows, because every 5 years Sean Penn seems to have like a completely different mindset, right? But this seems like the exact movie Sean Penn didn't want to be in anymore, because now he's playing just this like rock hard guy, like and it was like, I thought that like was a gig he was looking to move away from.
I guess if time is a thing, and it is, and it's moving past, and you realize I'm probably only going to have a chance to do 3 Paul Thomas Anderson films before I die.
Right.
Maybe I better get in on one. Or maybe he just pitched him like you wouldn't believe, and he's like, "You're going to be the villain. It's going to be awesome." And he's like, "Yeah, all right."
Yeah, you're like, you're the villain, but also, you're the army, so you're not the villain, but you are. So it's all, there's Feints within Feints, and the revolutionaries are the good guys, but are they? Because maybe they're the bad guys. And,
I don't know, for the audience anyway, if anybody, because we do love emails. For me, because I don't know if we really talk about this much, which is sort of funny, but I love trailers.
Yeah.
I don't just watch trailers when we're in the movies, and I don't just watch trailers at the Super Bowl. It's one of the reasons that I watch the Super Bowl, actually, is for the trailers. Like, I will go on, there used to be different aggregate websites that would upload trailers, and then Apple Trailers just sort of collected them all. But Trailer Park, I think it was just trailerpark.com or .net, whatever it is, I used to go there, and the full screen of 30, I would watch. I would watch all of them eventually, but I'd be like, I got time to look at 5 trailers. Let me just grab random ones. And some of them were amazing. Some of them were flat. I love watching trailers.
Yeah.
And watching that trailer, am I going to see it? Yeah, because we'll do the show. It's weird that it's coming out in like 6 weeks, and that's the first trailer I've seen. But I don't think that's a necessarily amazing trailer for maybe the film we're going to get.
I think it's a really weird trailer, especially for trying to pick the movie that you're going to get. But, my big takeaways on the trailer itself is if the movie can't seem to say what it's trying to say to the same extent that the trailer can't, then we're in trouble. B, I think I think it might be kind of a trick. And I think that people might go to this movie and not get the movie that they think that they're going to get.
Right.
And maybe I'm wrong, right? But Paul Thomas Anderson doing something that is, this has to be over 2 hours because it's a big thing, right?
Right.
Paul Thomas Anderson doing like frenetic, constant action, the only conversations are kind of like whipping out these zingers at each other.
Yeah.
That's not going to happen.
No. If you've never seen a Paul Thomas Anderson, you might think it is, but
maybe it is.
I don't know.
But if it is, it's going to be really
wild.
Weird.
Yeah, that'll be really wild.
I don't know. And the third thing is this movie already screams to me, and I'm not a huge Anderson fan. I like some of his movies pretty well.
Yeah.
But I don't think he has any movies that I love, and his most loved movies I think are pretty overrated.
See, that's all right. We're basically on the same part there. That's how I feel.
But I like his movies, whatever. But this movie, and maybe not in the most obvious way, like to everyone, right?
Yeah. But
to me, this movie screams of his, buying his own press on everything. This is like when we watched, what was it? Gladiator 2.
Yeah.
And you could just tell that, we thought this was like the new Shakespeare. And we were making this movie thinking that a bunch of these lines were going to start becoming, like idioms people would use, and it would be quoted, like not even quoting the movie, just people would start using that turn of phrase. Like we're so lost in our own head that, we thought we were writing the greatest thing ever.
Yeah.
And this obviously is not a movie just based on subject matter that is quite the same thing going on.
Right.
But the trailer seems to me like somebody making a movie going, man, is this good?
Yeah.
It's just, I don't care who you are as a director. Nobody should be as impressed with their own work as this trailer already seems like it is to me. And mostly because of the first 10 seconds. If that's how you're going to deliver this thing with this goofball scene of making a bomb so that we can jump back and forth with, the woman climbing on you.
Yeah.
Do you think you're doing something really interesting there?
Yeah. Yeah.
And no one's going to convince you otherwise. Some of the rest of it in the trailer looks pretty good and looks like there are at least some very interesting scenes that you only get a second or two of it, but you're like, okay, that is a good scene built around that somewhere. But this whole jumping back and forth, and it's a trailer, you're trying to show as much as you can in a short amount of time, but this whole back and forth forever thing it just screams of I don't know, being so fascinated with your own work. People walk into a museum and are just like, oh, look at all this stuff. And it's like you walk into your own studio and do that. You're like, man, this is...
Man, I'm good. So just a quick look, most of Paul's good films, great films that are favorably looked upon are over 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
One Battle After Another is 2 hours and 50 minutes.
Oh, God.
So it really is one battle after another.
It is.
After another.
Sure.
And after another. But that's...
And I think the best thing this movie could do, and, trying to judge a movie and tell it what it should be based off the trailer is kind of a stretch.
It's very tricky sometimes.
But I think the best thing that this movie could do, because what it seems like it's going to do, right, is it's the revolutionaries versus the army, and it's custom made because he wrote and directed it to be just one absolute soapbox commercial political statement. And if this movie did the stuff in the trailer, and really kind of sidestep that stuff and went, look, it's there, you figure it out. But we're going to do this.
Right.
Then it might be pretty good.
Right.
I don't think it's going to do that. I think it's going to be like, you know, as much as it's goofy and just springs to mind because of this movie trying to look all actiony, you know, like Batman 3.
Right.
Where it's like, you know, at the end of the day, we're almost accidentally a Batman movie. We're actually just this big political commercial,
right?
You know,
right.
And
right.
I don't know. It's where it feels like this is going. We have all these, and you know, this is just the cards that rolled, whatever. You know, I don't know. Anyway,
it's a good reminder, though I feel like this is probably going to be against that rule, but it's a good reminder that trailers aren't always, like you said, they're not always the film you get. Sometimes just enough to get you in the theater. I sort of suspect we're going to get exactly what we just saw, but for a lot longer.
Yeah, I don't know.
September.
This also feels like, and you know, we'll wrap up. We're just doing this real quick, but this also feels like a movie that could really be the wrong movie right now, considering the award season last year.
Right.
And and what movies got ignored.
Yeah.
And what movies actually won stuff and came out of nowhere and you know whatever. This movie is like trying to win an Oscar 15 years ago.
Yeah.
And now it's coming out now.
Yeah.
Unless it's a completely different movie than I think it is, and then
it would be great if Paul started every interview about it, be like, "You remember the Deer Hunter?" And you're like, "Yeah, yeah, I got it. All right." So that's the Rosetta Stone talking about the film, you know. But we'll see.
All right. So thanks for tuning in, and please subscribe, share with your friends, whatever, and we will see you soon with another review.
Yeah.
Thanks.